Excuse me, attendant. There must be some mistake. No, ma'am. That's their assigned seat. You mean to tell me this family is in business class? Yes, ma'am. Is there a problem? I just find it strange, that's all. I paid good money to fly comfortably, and now I'm seated next to noisy children and plastic containers. Ma'am, the children are seated quietly. And that odor, what is that? Rice? Fish? This is business class. The Filipino mother turned and calmly met the woman's eyes. I packed some food from home. I hope that's not a problem. The woman scoffed. I thought business class had higher standards. The flight crew thought so, too, which is exactly why, 30 minutes later, the woman would deeply regret her words. Because the Filipino family she openly disparaged weren't just passengers. They were the anonymous owners of the airline, flying incognito to witness firsthand how their customers were treated. The family's name was Bautista. Michael and Elena Bautista, both approaching 50, had immigrated from the Philippines decades earlier. Starting their careers in aviation maintenance, their determination propelled them forward, expanding into logistics, cargo operations, and eventually commercial aviation management. With their daughter Sophia and son Nathan, they founded Aviana Air, a premium boutique airline celebrated for blending Filipino warmth with impeccable international service. Initially launching in Asia, Aviana Air had recently expanded into the United States with a modest fleet of upscale aircraft. However, rather than announcing their presence with fanfare and media attention, the Bautista family booked ordinary business class tickets on a flight from Los Angeles to New York aboard their own aircraft operating under a partner airline's branding. Dressed casually, without any symbols of wealth or prominence, they appeared as any typical family traveling together. The only subtle hint was their boarding passes marked with flight code AV7, Aviana Air's internal designation. Most passengers overlooked it, except for Meredith Harper, a wealthy retiree from Connecticut known for her extravagant tastes and strong opinions on travel etiquette. Meredith boarded with a luxurious handbag, a fur-lined neck pillow, and an air of superiority. When she spotted the Bautista family already seated, Sophia and Nathan giggling over a card game, Elena opening a container of homemade sinigang rice for Michael, her nose wrinkled instantly. "Are they in the right section?" she whispered sharply to the flight attendant. "Yes, ma'am," responded Clara, trying to maintain professional composure. "All passengers have correct seat assignments." Meredith refused to let the matter rest. Settling beside Elena, she began loudly commenting, "Wow, I wasn't aware food court takeout was permitted on board these days." Elena maintained her composure, saying nothing. Michael offered a polite, restrained smile. But Sophia, 17 and perceptive, closely observed every disdainful remark and gesture Meredith made, including when Meredith sprayed perfume around herself and grumbled, "God, this will be a long flight." Half an hour later, flight attendants began their beverage service. Meredith snapped her fingers impatiently, demanding 2 champagnes, and informed the galley I'd prefer not to smell whatever concoction is emanating from seat 3C. Clara chose to ignore the insult and maintained her professional demeanor. "Would you like to see our enhanced dining menu, ma'am?" Meredith nodded curtly. Sophia leaned closer to her mother, whispering, "Why is she upset about our food?" Elena gently replied, "Some travelers forget kindness." Michael stayed calm, meeting Clara's gaze. Clara subtly recognized Michael. She'd been part of Aviana Air since its inception and recalled Michael personally serving staff lunches during their training sessions. Nevertheless, she kept quiet, respecting his discretion. As another hour passed, Meredith became increasingly agitated by the Bautista's joy and camaraderie. "They're not even attempting to behave properly," she muttered bitterly. "It's disgusting." This prompted Michael to discreetly signal Clara over again. "Would you please summon the lead attendant?" Within moments, Julia, the flight supervisor, approached. "How may I assist?" Michael rose gracefully, speaking softly yet firmly. "I wanted to commend your crew, particularly Clara, for maintaining professionalism amid unnecessary hostility." Julia's eyes widened. "Thank you, sir. Also, I'd like to clarify a matter," Michael continued. He handed Julia a small leather-bound folder containing a gold laminated card. "Michael Bautista, founder, Aviana Air." Julia inhaled sharply. "I had no idea." Precisely our intention, Michael interrupted gently. My family and I are conducting a discreet evaluation to understand the genuine passenger experience. Meredith leaned in, unable to contain her curiosity. What's happening here? Julia turned toward her slowly. Ma'am, this gentleman owns Aviana Air. Meredith nearly dropped her champagne flute. Excuse me. Michael addressed her calmly. My family designed this aircraft, chose the seating layout, trained our crew, and curated the menu. Meredith's face drained of color. Michael continued, we believe true hospitality means inclusivity, not exclusivity. I didn't intend to offend. Yet you did, Sophia interjected firmly. You judged us by appearance, food, and language without knowing anything about us. Nathan added, you never treated us as fellow human beings. I didn't know, Meredith stammered. Elena quietly responded, you shouldn't have to know someone's status to respect them. Silence engulfed the cabin. Julia gently asked Michael, would you like Meredith relocated? Michael shook his head. No need. Our point is made. Clara approached, visibly moved. Thank you, she whispered. For noticing. Michael smiled gently. We always do. The remainder of the flight proceeded quietly. Upon landing, the Bautistas exited calmly, without special escorts, maintaining quiet dignity. Yet the incident didn't end there. A passenger seated behind had discreetly recorded the revealing moment and uploaded it online with the caption, Woman belittles Filipino family in business class. Regrets it when discovering they're the airline owners. The video went viral overnight, flooded with comments praising Filipino humility, excellence, and dignity. Aviana Air subsequently implemented company-wide bias awareness training. Sophia penned a heartfelt article titled, Rice and Respect, concluding, we brought home-cooked food because it grounds us. We flew business class because we could, but were judged because we didn't fit someone's expectation. I hope next time a family eating together is met with smiles rather than judgment. Her article garnered millions of shares, attracting passengers who valued inclusion over exclusivity. Aviana Air flourished, becoming a benchmark for hospitality and inclusivity, proving that respect and kindness truly define the pinnacle of service. The Bautistas continued flying anonymously, quietly reminding everyone that dignity isn't about wealth or appearance. It's about genuine humanity.